Hey everybody, welcome to the third live stream. It's great to see the first guy who's saying hi, 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐿775, great. So I really appreciate everybody being here, and eventually we will have many people coming here. Today I have a very, very great friend of mine, artist, amazing musician, composer, and a very unique artist actually. I'm very thrilled to do these Instagram live sessions. What I do is I invite friends of mine who are amazing artists or in the music industry and with whom I have been collaborating, playing, or who are part of my career as well. And for me, it is amazing because I hear their stories, I share my stories with them, and I learn so much by being around them, right? And I need to see Peter Luha. Where are you? I'm here, Peter Luha. This is awesome. He's here. Check him out, people. I will add him right now. This is amazing.
Hello,
Peter Luha. This is you're welcome.
hello. Yeah. Nice to see you again.
Look how everybody's shouting and screaming. This is amazing. Peter Luha.
Finally.
You know, so many people, fans waiting for you. They're screaming. This is great.
20 people are screaming now. I can hear them.
This is great. Welcome, Peter. It's so nice to see you. It has been a while. And I just want to make a very quick introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Peter Luha right here. And I met him on a trip in Bratislava, where I performed on a festival. And he is an amazing artist, an amazing composer, a very virtuoso slap guitarist. That's one of his specialties among many others. And it's a great pleasure to welcome you. So let us know a little bit about you. What are you doing? Yeah. Nice. So let us know a little bit about you, a little bit your background, where you're at, and just a little resume about where you come from, so people know you.
My background. So I'm from Bratislava, Slovakia. It's a really small country with 5.5 million people. So it's a really small country in the middle of Europe. Before Czechoslovakia, now just Slovakia. So it's in music, it's even worse before. But now we have internet, so it's more things are possible now. Also, we met together 2 years ago. So I started with violin when I was 6.
Okay.
And at 14, I broke my violin, but I put them out and
put it aside.
Change them to guitar because it's young guys with long hair and okay.
That was just cool, right? It was cool.
Violin. We wanted to play guitar, so that's how it started, and it was and when I was 15, we had first bands in our high school. When I was it's our middle school here in Slovakia.
Yeah.
So with my classmates and friends, we started first bands together. Me on a nylon guitar. We wanted to play rock and metal music. So, but I had just my nylon guitar.
So you did.
And we went to drugstore and we started to try these buckets. Yes, this.
Oh.
And how they sound? There's good first tone, there's good second tone.
Okay.
We choose whole drums in the drugstore.
Amazing. That's amazing.
We started the band, and our friends who never played some instrument, he made bass guitar from wood somehow.
Okay, amazing.
It was worst instrument I saw.
But it did a job, huh? It sounded
It
nice.
did the job just maybe for 1 week, and we kick him out from the band, but he was our best friend.
Okay, that's nice.
Still, but it was,
You know, what I want to say is so that people understand, you know, sometimes behind a character like you, like an amazing musician like you, there's a long path, you know, and so many things happen from the first beginnings. And sometimes what people don't understand is that the first steps we do, we are eagerly looking to fulfill ourselves and to open up a path and to enjoy what we do and find new ways of learning and approaching things. And you do whatever it takes. You know, you even take buckets, you know, to play, make your own band sounding somehow. And this is amazing because people have to know that the path of a musician builds from his very young age, and he goes through so many stages, and this is the experience, and that's what makes you be one day brilliant, because you have all that experience. It's not about only the technique, which you obviously have, but it's about your path. And I could tell right away, because when I met you, I mean, we were on the same page. We were talking the same language. And when we jammed together, that was, you know, I still remember that moment of the slap thing with the flamenco guitar together. And that was beautiful, you know. And for me as a fusion musician myself, you know, of course I come from the flamenco thing, but I've done so many music styles that I absolutely can relate to what you say. And even me, you know, those Danish cookie boxes, you know, they're blue or red, you know, they're of aluminum or something, I don't know, you know. And so I used to take them when I was young, and I would hit them, and they sounded like the most amazing snare, you know. And I would, you know, and I would have, you know, fun with those things at my house too when I was a little boy. So I can absolutely understand that crazy creativity about finding sounds, you know. And so,
and it was also difficult in this time because our country was in a deep, not so deep, but it was last year of communism in our countries. It's changed maybe. When I was 15, we started the band. When I was 17, we had big demonstrations in our country, and we stopped communism. And it was amazing. I lived with this moment maybe half year.
You know, the change of an era, you know, change from one era to another.
Yes, and in that era before, it wasn't internet, of course, but we had no any materials how to play rock music. So we started somehow on nylon guitar. How they do that sound so electric? We didn't know, so we started to make some strange things on a nylon guitar that maybe it will sound similar, but no. And then, it must be electric guitar probably. But we had really bad electric guitars with the name Jolana.
Okay.
Maybe before in 60s they started with good
instruments.
For that era it was quite good instruments and very experimental. Also George Harrison had one.
Okay.
And so I bought my first very cheap electric guitar, and I changed it after half year to another one from this brand.
Oh yeah.
And I had maybe 5 guitars during 2 or 3 years. Okay,
just changing, yeah. And when was actually the moment when you decided to say, I want to take this a step further, because I'm hearing these sounds in my head and I want to experiment? And you eventually also added to your playing the slap technique, and eventually nowadays you play like 8-string slap guitars, you know, bass guitars, kind of. I don't know how you call them exactly.
I really liked classical music, so I started besides my electric playing, and I really liked hard rock and heavy metal. We started with Iron Maiden and the Judas Priest. And when I was 16, I found guitarists like Yngwie Malmsteen and then Satriani. And, beautiful. It was and one of my really maybe favorite guitarist of this time was Eddie Van Halen. So
yeah, of course.
and it was, poof, it totally changed my mind with him. So, and on the other side, I first heard this trio of geniuses of acoustic music, Mayter and Sundance, from 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐜 and Paco de Lucia and John McLaughlin.
Beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
another world.
Yeah, another world, right?
But similar, Ingrid Malmsteen and 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐜.
Yeah, all these guys, you know, it comes from a same source of energy.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
in my case, I play flamenco guitar, but I know very well electric guitar, and I know what these acoustic, certain music styles, they have a very, maybe the same source, but they express themselves differently. And but definitely in the rock music, you have these guts, you know, it comes from inside, and the flamenco as well. And also in Balkan music, it comes very from deep inside. It's a heavy, deep emotion. And there's the connection of all these music styles. Somebody just asked, how would you define the term music itself? So what is music for you?
I think everything. From my 6 years, when I started with violin, on that time it wasn't everything for me, but maybe 2 days from week I had to go with my mom to my teacher of violin, so on, and then
yeah,
right.
Oh,
and then
so they would hit you.
Yes, and
That's crazy.
And I had to practice. And for me, practice on violin was, wow, I hate practice on violin. So and my mother wanted from me practice minimum 2 hours on Saturday and on Sunday.
Okay.
So on Saturday I started with my clock, 2 hours, okay, and I had my etudes on violin in front of me, and I started from first etude until the last etude. I learned
all of them. Wow, amazing.
All of them, and I put every time, every week, I put new length of each. So I started to play them more quickly.
Oh yeah, amazing.
And so amazing. I didn't practice like I just played the whole song, whole etudes.
Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, so for you, of course, music has been around since a little boy, and it's your life philosophy, right? Just because somebody here in the chat was asking about how we define music, you know, music becomes an absolutely essential source of energy to survive and to keep going and to keep fulfilling yourself. In the sense of fulfilling yourself on a personal level, you know, when we take an instrument, we study or we compose something new, it's first, you know, to make ourselves happy, and then we communicate it to the people, and then eventually they will like it too. But it has to be first a very deep connection within yourself and with ourselves. And you're telling me that you had this devotion since you were small. And
yes, with Guitarist started, it was new universe.
Of course, that was, and then
finally I put for 20 years violin.
Yeah.
It was a shame because I wanted to play later good violin, but now sometimes I play a little, but with guitar when I was 14 it started, and I started to practice every day. So many hours, and it wasn't like I'm practicing. I was
playing and enjoying.
And also everything with intervals, everything.
Yeah.
Really, hours. Small. I was watching movies and watching movies, and then or some serials in TV, and then I could practice.
Right.
All day.
Yeah, that's amazing. I remember myself, and nobody really had to force me to play. You know, I saw the guitar and I picked up the guitar at home and the oud and stuff. And somehow there was something about the neck that I could feel. I was fascinated by the neck. You know that there were so many positions and you could do sounds. And in the beginning, I would just do random, foolish things. But once I would understand what was happening, I connected so deeply with the instrument. And then it was just playing nonstop. You know, nobody had forced me or would tell me you have to. It was always about the pleasure of playing. And, you know, of course, when you have to exercise, you know, parents will go like, you know, if they see that the little boy could be doing it more seriously, of course, they give you advice. My dad played music too, so he would tell me, practice slowly, play it again, blah, blah, blah. You know, he would give me these advices that would help me.
And my mother wanted me to play violin, but not so much. And when I started the guitar, oh, don't play guitar, no.
So, and you said, I have to. This is amazing. Well, you know, before you show us your instrument, I wanted to say a little bit about my experience in Bratislava, because I never had been to that beautiful city. Somehow it is like a small version of Vienna, but older. You know, it has something to it. It has a
Vienna is. Oh no, maybe they're from similar age.
Yeah, maybe similar ages, because the architecture is very similar. But what I meant that there is something more archaic in Bratislava, due to the people, due to the society. I don't know. I perceived a different thing, and I liked it so much because it's, for me, when I travel to a place, for me it's like time traveling, and I can imagine how that must have been, you know, 300-400 years ago, whatever, and it really impacted me, and it's very beautiful. And I remember we had amazing food. And good beer, and you know that was so cool. And yeah, this is very important. Yeah,
always fun.
And the cool thing is, these Instagram series, the first one was with Ben Woods, the guitarist, and he told me that he knows you also, right? And then I thought that's like an amazing connection too, you know. I have a friend. Yeah, I have a friend. He's in Los Angeles, and then I have a friend in Bratislava, and they know each other. And I'm like, okay, you know, guitar world is actually small, you know.
Because of internet, also I met Ben on internet.
Okay.
He wrote me because he saw some of my videos, and he wrote me, "Hi, I'm Ben from LA. Flamenco. How do you do that acoustic sound on your electric guitar?" And that's how we started a friendship. So we were talking about how to make this acoustic sound. But he found it now in this nylon caster, and
nylon caster,
from him.
Yeah.
So it's
I actually have one, and it's a great instrument. Absolutely amazing for great live situations. It's a very good choice for certain music styles. It's really nice, and I like it, you know. So really amazing. I'm very thankful for that. So you know, let us see the instrument that you have there.
I'm very happy with
which one are playing you.
Now I'm very happy with two small instruments, small guitars, because I can take them everywhere.
Okay.
This one is my six string.
Oh wow!
They're
just the frame.
Yes, TheBone guitars. And I always wanted really small guitars that I can take with me on airplane and travel everywhere.
Yeah. Just show it a little bit. Just show it. Yeah, this is very cool. Okay, it's headless, and then it's.
Yes, it's just a small body, and you can take off this.
Okay. So, and did they do this specially for you?
I found this maker in a music messe in Frankfurt.
Okay.
And then I saw these small guitars. I was looking for them maybe 2 or 3 years, and then I just found them.
That's what I want.
Talking, and I'm only one endorser of his guitars. So I'm trying to help him somehow to promote them, but he is an old man, and he don't want to produce so many guitars. So it's like hobby for him and also hobby for me to promote him.
Right, right.
It's
Cool. Let's check it out.
good.
Plug it in.
You can take this guitar to toilet. You can take it to bus,
Oh my God.
to train, and you can practice.
Yeah, let's play a little bit with it. Show us how that sounds.
So on this 6 string, I can play. Here I have some. Play also rock music.
Right on. Yeah.
So on this guitar you can play.
Awesome. Yeah, beautiful.
And I bought it from him.
So it's a full-on rock guitar, if you want to say like that, right? Yeah, absolutely.
But I play on this guitar. I have 11 strings. So
11 strings. Okay.
Because I want to play also with my thumb pick. I don't play normal picks. I want to play mix it with classical style. So. So.
Amazing, beautiful.
So I can play different kind of techniques.
Actually, you know this is your remnants of the violin, that crazy thing, you know.
Maybe yes.
And how many strings is that? Like 200?
This here I have. I want it from him from this
okay.
7-string guitar because I play almost mostly alone with a looper, and I'm looping a lot. And I wanted this guitar for playing everything, also for playing bass. So
yeah, that's the one you showed me, I think.
So here,
that has a beautiful bass sound, really deep and low.
It's just 7-string, not 8, but
okay. So you have a additional B.
So here,
go on. Let's do that. Give us some funk, man. This is great.
So here I can play.
Yeah. Go on a little bit. That maybe people can hear you. This is all about that, you know. You have to check Peter out. He's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, Colin, that's funky, I know. Wow, that is amazing. Actually, wow, yeah, go on.
can play really different techniques on this guitar.
It's beautiful. I know. It's so versatile.
Yes.
You know, people are asking us if we can jam together, but there's a little bit of delay between you and me.
So that is not possible.
Yeah, I know. Rhythmically, it would be horrible, you know, and we would make a bad image out of ourselves.
But you can play also,
so yeah, this is
also here. You can play.
Beautiful, clean sound. Yeah.
You can play everything here.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So here are my in this time my favorite guitars, but also I have this nylon guitar from the same brand like Ben Woods.
Okay, the Ortega.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is Ortega. This is Ortega. And I also endorser of these brands, and they are really good people there.
Okay, maybe I can come in. Let's see. Keep doing that. Yeah. Okay, we did what we could. It's great. It's really
Somehow
nice.
it's possible.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't leave. This is great. Well, let
And
just let me put that.
Here I have my acoustic guitar from
Okay.
Slovakia.
Okay.
His name is Martin Klema. So this is Klema guitar from Klema Guitars. Grand
Okay.
auditorium. And it was also maybe 50 years ago the love for first look.
Yeah. That looks like a very nice top. What is it? Cedar or is it spruce?
It's not cedar.
Probably spruce.
Yes, but after many years, it changed color. So
yeah, it got a tan.
yes, it's really nice guitar.
Beautiful. It's really beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, that's the thing when you love instruments, it's about the connection you establish, you know, visually, and then the sound you get out of it. There's something definitely going on, and it's not just a technique, or it's not just, you know, there's something apart that, you know, technique is one thing, and you have to practice to gain, you know, dexterity, be able to move your fingers nicely, and in order to express, and the more ways you have to move your fingers, the more ways you have to express. That's how I see it. And, you know, just seeing you, how you just do all these different things, just, you know, you shred it on the electric, and then you go into the bass, you do the tapping, beautiful combination of sounds. And I remember how that felt when I was playing with you live in Bratislava when we did that workshop together and hanging out there. And that, so we definitely have to get together. So since we have almost 10 minutes left, because I also have to move on later. I have another
concert today, so
I have a concert, and so
yes,
things came together. So I want to make sure we can have as much as you're playing and you're talking about. Let's do that.
I will just show you this guitar. So this is this 8-string guitar. I have this guitar maybe 20 years.
Amazing.
I'm starting to use it every day. Before 20 years ago, and after 2 years, I totally forgot to play on six-string guitar. So again, I can change it to 6-string. So my first number of string is 6, and this guitar is just now. If I want to record some bass to my songs,
awesome.
So I don't know.
What is your lowest note on an 8-string?
This is F sharp.
B and then F sharp, yeah, okay.
F sharp, yes. I don't know if I have some sound here or no.
This is exciting. This is amazing. Actually, the headstock is like a bass.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's it. I don't know if I have sound here.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Now I'm learning to play just with thumb, so it's a new technique for me.
Okay, okay.
It's technique like Victor Wooten plays. So
yeah.
I don't know it, but my good friend from Mexico, Héctor Helion, he's very strange with guitarist, young guitarist with mask. He's Berklee College of Music. He is playing experimental metal now. He's really in love with ukulele. So, but he is a really good guy, and we spent 2 months together in Mexico,
okay.
and played some concerts and workshops about slap guitar.
Okay.
He's really good with this thumb slap, so it's totally different technique when you play with thumb. In flamenco, you know it. So you are doing, but for me.
Yeah, you double it.
For me, it's new way of thinking. Also,
yeah, like a pick, you go up and down on the string.
Also, not to play slap with traditional hitting of string, but.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great to combine it. I mean, this is the best side of the best example, because sometimes people have asked me, you know, how do you do it? You change from one instrument and from one technique to the other, and don't you want to stick to one thing? And I say, no. The beauty of wanting to play so many things is the beauty of practicing and learning and studying things. And you're in a perfect example. You combine all these techniques, which are done separately on different instruments, and you do it on one, right? This is really cool.
I like to play it also in rock music. I like to play it when I play the country or bluegrass, so I can put everything together.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. This is really amazing, man.
You can combine with classical style. Also with tremolo. I play different tremolo like you play because I wanted to make it shorter.
Okay.
So I don't play it like in flamenco with four strings or with three strings, but I play just with 2 fingers. And if I want to play it longer, I play with thumb. I combine it.
Beautiful. Okay. Nice.
So I can play shorter.
Yeah, and this continuous thing. Nice, man. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful to see your abilities and your broad knowledge, you know, of music, of technique, of sounds, because every technique and every style and every music style needs a certain emotion and a certain attitude. You know, you can't play electric guitar if you don't have the attitude for it, or bouzouki or acoustic guitar or slap.
You play so many instruments, also electric guitar. Also,
yeah.
When I see guys like you play flamenco, it's another world. So I know that I will never play like you. Or I have another my friend who lives in Vienna. We know each other from our night in. 𝐒𝐥𝐚𝐲, maybe you know him little.
Yeah, I've heard his name. Yeah.
Very good flamenco guitarist.
Okay.
So sometimes we played together. Also we had some concert. Maybe 15 years ago I played on my 8-string guitar, bass for him.
Yeah, but imagine if you had to start now to learn to play like you know how to play already. This would be crazy, you know. And in my case,
never understand very well this flamenco rhythm. If you don't live that life.
Maybe if somebody if I could teach you or tell you in a very easy way, you know, so that you can learn the shortcut.
I'll be happy if you teach me in an easy way.
and just so that you can see, okay, just focus on that. And if you focus on that and you feel the pulse in that way, then you can start understanding what's happening. Sometimes it's just that you don't feel the pulse the same way they feel. And sometimes it's that, you know, because the rhythms are around the world. We have 6/8, 3/4, 4/4, whatever it is. But sometimes, you know, the accents or the way you do it is different from each country. And that's basically it, you know. So whenever we have time, whenever lockdown is over.
Flaco, so I told him, hey Flaco, I really want to learn something with my fingers, because I started to learn some. It's totally strange for you, because I started to learn with these 2 fingers, totally different way. Like you played in flamenco, and Flaco told me, yeah, no, you play with these 3 fingers. So now I'm starting to learn.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
And this, but it will take a lot of time now.
You know, it's everything. It takes, and especially you have a vision of what you want to achieve, like in a good way. And then, of course, you always see yourself like, you know, up there, and then it's always difficult. Same with me, you know, if I want to learn something, it's challenging, because I know which is the real high level of whatever I want to reach. And it's tough, you know, you have to work on it. And
what is, for example, what in these days, what are you learning something new?
What I was doing, beside my stuff, I was just going back in time, and I was taking some old songs, you know, like Highway Star by Deep Purple, or I was or Jump by Eddie Van Halen, and I would jam on it, and then I would relearn the solos or just play on top of it and do things like that because I wanted to have a lot of fun. You know, lockdown is not easy for everybody, but you have to find things in your daily routine that make you have fun and make you connect with whatever you like the best. And I rocked it out. You know, I had a lot of loud music here with my amps and playing rock music. And because many people don't know that I play rock and electric guitar, they know me more as a flamenco guitarist, but I definitely have my rock and roll side. And eventually you all will know about it because there's things, I'm preparing some stuff. And yeah, but this is the beauty of being able and admiring so many music styles. And only because of that, I was able to... Yeah,
music is not practicing. Music is playing and to have fun or to express some emotions or something.
Absolutely,
this is music, not practicing.
Absolutely, yeah. Practicing is good. Practicing is good, but then the big thing is the emotion and the attitude, the love, whatever you have for it, and how you express. And that's why I'm so thankful to meet people like you, because you have that same energy and you have that same vision, and people can see when you play that what is happening, right? Is something special going on. So see, that's his setup. That's a live setup, yeah.
This is my live setup.
Very good. This is very cool. So hopefully we can see you live somewhere, and maybe you can even do a live session for yourself and play for people, and that would be great. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful.
Another Ortega Guitarist, and this was maybe for 10 years my primary guitar from Framus. It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful guitar. And this is my small electric mandolin.
Yeah, beautiful, man. It's amazing.
Violin.
I think we have to do a part 2 in the future, and because we could go on for hours and hours and hours, and like with every of my guests who are featuring this in Instagram's live series. So I really want to thank you for taking your time, for being here, for answering some of my questions and some of the questions I've been reading here by the people in the chat. And I really wanted people to get to know you better, and you know, to follow you online and see what you're doing.
Thank you for inviting me to
beautiful
to your Instagram interviews. So
yeah, this is fun. And for me, this is the way to connect again with people I've always admired and I wanted to know more about and have a connection. Otherwise, you know, life goes on. We don't do anything. We don't connect. And now it's a very good time, and it's an important time to connect with the people that you really want to connect and where you feel that there is an affinity. So in that sense, what we'll ask for everybody, big applause for Peter Luha. Huge arena.
And now big applause for Amir, John Haddad.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. We will definitely do in the future a part 2, because this is very much fun, and then you can tell us about more updates, and maybe then even lockdown is a little bit more positive, and you know, you just give us an update about what you're doing. So thank you very, very much. See you soon, and I will call you soon. Okay, thank you everybody who has been here. Thanks to everybody who has been
Thank you people for watching us.
Yeah, great feedback, everybody. So see you soon. I will have a very great guest also next week. He's a great drummer. Follow me on my Instagram and check it out, and also follow Peter Luha on his social media.
Yes,
okay, see you soon.
See you.
Bye.